Hello guys, I'm Emmanuel, commonly known as Loopz. This morning I just wanted to share some theory and practical. Through the few years that I've learned the keyboard, I've got to know about something we call secondary dominant. I don't know if you have heard about secondary dominant before. Secondary dominant. First of all, let's ask ourselves, what is a dominant? A dominant is just a fifth, okay, of any key, okay, a fifth of the key. So, for example, if you are in the key of C major, yeah, the fifth of key of C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fifth is a G, right? So a G in this case is our dominant chord or dominant note. If you hold this chord, a triad, okay, in its second inversion or first inversion, okay, in its first inversion, that should be a dominant chord for you, okay. Now, so in any key, dominant chord is the fifth, okay, of that key. Now, when you talk about secondary dominant, it's just the dominant, okay, let's say the fifth of that fifth. Let me explain. If you're in the key of C, for example, the fifth is G, then the fifth of G, that's what you are looking for. So if you're in the key of G, its fifth is D, right? So if you're playing in the key of G, its fifth is a D, okay. So which means before I can hit this G, I can play this D before playing this G, okay. So kind of, okay, and then a G is a fifth to 1, so kind of a 2, 5, 1. Then this is a fifth to this, so let's say from here, and this is also a fifth, okay, to this, so kind of a 2, 5, 1 also, okay. So you have it here, so you have 1, 2, 5, 1, so kind of a continuous 2, 5, 1, right? So I always say a secondary dominant is a continuous 2, 5, 1, which means this is key of C to dominant, secondary dominant to 1, okay. So 2, 5, 1, then another secondary dominant of this back to this, so another 2, 5, 1. So it's just a continuous 2, 5, 1. So I think if you are playing in the key of C and I say, oh, I want to go to a 4, I think you can do this, right? Right. So you play this kind of chord, okay. So if you want to say it as a dominant chord, then it's supposed to be a dominant chord. It can be a major chord, right? So you have dominant, which is always 7, is not major, okay, which you say we have to play this. It's not a major chord, or this, okay, sorry, this is it, a dominant chord here. This is a minor 7, this is a dominant 7. A dominant is always flat 7, so dominant, come to this, also a dominant flat 7. Then you come to this, also dominant flat 7, to an F major if you want, major 7, okay. But you can also use it as a dominant passing to an B flat major 7. So all will be like, okay, in context, then this, then come to this, back to this, if that is your ending chord, okay. Okay, I hope you've learned something. This is Emmanuel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned something this morning. Secondary dominant. Thank you.